Dogecoin is crashing, and so is the entire crypto market. In this video, we'll talk about the reasons behind it. Before we go any further, please keep in mind that we're giving away $500 to a random subscriber. All you have to do is like the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and leave a comment on your favorite crypto. Read our description for more info about it. First of all, before we even talk about Dogecoin, we have to consider the fact the entire market is down. Ethereum is down by 13%, Cardano by 15%, Bitcoin by 10%, XRP by 21%, and Dogecoin by 18%. So I think it's fair to say that the entire market is following Bitcoin since it's the market leader. Now, talking about why it happened, the whales chose to do something called buy the event or news and sell the fact. Here, we're talking about how El Salvador accepted Bitcoin today. The sentiment turned bearish when El Salvador's wallet, called Chivo, experienced some technical difficulties within hours of its debut. And that made El Salvador's president announce that it is temporarily going offline. If you don't know, this wallet was supposed to support free transactions in Bitcoin and US dollars for individuals and companies. Anyway, right after that happened, trading volumes rose significantly. It most probably implied that the institutions in Wales were selling off large stakes of their Bitcoin holdings. And that even triggered brief outages and trading delays on crypto exchanges including Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini. Also, this sell-off came just one day after JP Morgan's analysts warned its clients that recently rallying altcoins reflected froth and retail investor mania. Their note also said that the August rally in non-fungible tokens and the pickup in DeFi activity have helped not only Ethereum but also altcoins that facilitate or plan to facilitate smart contracts such as Solana, Binance Coin, and Cardano. And then its managing director also said that the previous phase of retail investors' mania into crypto markets was between the beginning of January and mid-May, and retail investors are making crypto markets look frothy again. Now, if you remember, after the retail mania in January and May, the market crashed about 13% and 50% respectively even then. But after that, we saw significant gains for all top 10 cryptos, including Dogecoin. Anyway, the senior market analyst at Onda, Edward Moya, said that Bitcoin is lower on a buy leading up to the big event, sell the fact reaction to El Salvador's historic moment embracing cryptocurrency. Still, Bitcoin's fundamentals remain intact as prices iron out a new trading range between the 4 to 6K and 53K levels. So he's trying to say that you should avoid panic selling because Bitcoin isn't going to fall below 4 to 6K and might even rise back to 53K sometime soon. Interestingly, in the middle of the market crash, the president of El Salvador announced that his country took an advantage of it and purchased an additional 150 bitcoins, which boosted its holdings to 550 total coins, now worth about $25 million. With everything being said, I'd still like to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor and this isn't financial advice. So, you should always do your proper research before investing and only invest as much as you can afford to lose. This is because the crypto market is inherently more volatile than the stock market. With that said, I'd also like to point out another study that was done recently that explained how panic selling was the biggest mistake that retail investors made this year. Now, moving on, let's talk about some interesting things that happened for Doge and the entire market today. Some pretty great news came from Nigeria's SEC. It is currently attempting to implement laws that will help to regulate the business and safeguard investors. This week, its director said that they are looking at this industry attentively to determine how they can bring up laws that would assist investors to secure their investment in blockchain. The SEC also said that all crypto assets, which are securities unless proven otherwise, would be able to build a regulatory framework only if crypto is reintegrated into the country's banking system. The agency is also allegedly aiming to collaborate with fintech businesses to enhance the local securities market. So it looks like Nigeria is becoming more crypto-friendly right now, which is obviously really bullish. Moving on, let's talk about some famous celebrities that are slowly getting into the market. Reese Witherspoon, who's a popular actress, just announced the purchase of her first Ethereum. Following that, the socialite entrepreneur Paris Hilton also announced her love for Bitcoin. She shared a tweet from Michael Saylor, who then said that, "Diamonds may be your best friend, but Bitcoin is forever." After this, other celebs like Logan Paul greeted them for their decision. Having said that, these aren't the only ones who are planning to get big into crypto. Another one is Stephen Curry. In a tweet, he asked everyone for advice because he's planning to get into the market very soon. And then there was Mr. Beast, who replied to a comment that talked about how the NFT space is going to blow after he comes in. He replied to it by saying that he already has something cooking related to that, and it'll be unlike anything we've seen so far. I think it's not far-fetched to say that a lot of people will buy it when it comes out, which could help boost Ethereum's price. Now moving on, some really bullish news came from Apple. For the first time in history, Apple is going to accept crypto payments. Here's how. Apple will now allow software developers to direct their customers to payment options other than the App Store. They're now doing that as a result of a recent court settlement. Basically, South Korea has become first country to pass legislation barring Google and Apple's app stores from charging excessive fees. The move would allow developers to avoid paying Apple fees of up to 30% for online purchases in iOS applications. Epic Games, the team behind Fortnite, has also filed a lawsuit in the United States, and a judgment is due shortly. In any case, this is really bullish because we could see a lot of money come into the market because of this. The developers will have a big incentive to choose cryptos over traditional forms of payments. Moving on, let's talk about some really interesting news about a huge institution. Union Investment, a $500 billion asset manager, is planning to add Bitcoin to several investment funds as part of its crypto program for its institutional clients. It is considering adding BTC to a small number of investment funds that will only be available to private investors. And for each fund, Bitcoin exposure will be limited to up to 2% of entire assets. And it says here that they'll implement this in the fourth quarter of this year. If you don't know, Union Investment is the investment arm of DZ Bank Group, an institution with over 800 cooperative banks. Now, this is happening because of a new bill that was passed recently in Germany. It basically started allowing institutional funds to hold cryptocurrencies. And as I've said before, this is going to bring in a lot of money into the market. Coming back to Dogecoin, David Gokhshtein, the founder of Pack Protocol, reminded everyone that he'll always back Doge no matter what. He said that the community that Doge has, all you do is bring in a strong use case besides what it's doing now. It's doing what a cryptocurrency was intended to do. And the game changes. I'm sure Vitalik Buterin will figure it out. Pack is here to help as well. I think he was talking about how Vitalik recently said that Doge can switch to proof of work because of ETH's code. Also, we must not forget that Doge was able to rise to 31 cents this week without the help of Elon Musk, which I think we shouldn't forget even during the crash. And with that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching till the end. If you enjoyed it, please consider liking and sharing it with your friends. Also, please subscribe to the channel and turn on post notifications for daily videos on Dogecoin and cryptocurrency. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments section below. Goodbye. Take care.